I never thought I'd be the kind of man who'd plot revenge. I used to believe in patience, in talking things through, in forgiveness. But the day I found out what my wife, Hira, was doing behind my back, something inside me changed forever. Hira, and I had been married for 9 years. I thought we were happy. I worked as an architect, long hours but stable pay, and I always made sure she and our 7-year-old son had everything they needed. I paid for her master's degree, supported her dream of opening a boutique, even bought her a brand new SUV last year. I trusted her completely. But that trust was the rope she used to hang me. It started one Friday night when I came home early. I was supposed to be at a client dinner, but the meeting got canceled last minute. I thought I'd surprise Hira with takeout from her favorite restaurant. I walked in and noticed something strange. Her phone was on the dining table, unlocked, screen glowing. I didn't mean to snoop. But then a notification popped up from a contact saved as a deal project manager. Same room, same time tomorrow. Can't stop thinking about you. I froze. My heart started pounding so hard, I thought I'd pass out. I opened their chat, hundreds of messages, voice notes, pictures. He wasn't her project manager. He wasn't even from her work. He was her affair partner. And the worst part? They'd been meeting in our family SUV, the one I bought for her, and sometimes even in my own home when I was at work. I didn't confront her, not yet. I knew if I exploded, she'd hide evidence, delete chats, spin lies. No. I needed proof. I needed a plan. Over the next 2 weeks, I became an actor. At home, I smiled, laughed, kissed her goodnight, but when she slept, I downloaded everything from her phone, chats, call logs, photos. I installed a GPS tracker under the SUV, and one Saturday afternoon, my phone pinged. She was at a luxury hotel near the highway. I parked 2 blocks away and waited. 3 hours later, Adil walked out of the hotel, hand in hand with my wife, kissing her like she wasn't married, like we didn't have a son. I clenched my fists so hard my nails dug into my palms. That was the moment I stopped being the man she thought she could manipulate. I spent the next month planning her downfall, carefully, silently, legally. First, I went to the bank and moved all funds from our joint account into my personal one. Every rupee. Second, I met my lawyer, an old college friend, and handed over every shred of evidence: hotel bills, location data, call logs, pictures, videos. He smiled and said one sentence I'll never forget. She's about to destroy herself, and Adil is going down with her. Third, I waited for the perfect opportunity to strike, and it came faster than I imagined. One evening while Hira was out shopping, I noticed the SUV wasn't in the driveway. GPS showed it parked outside Adil's apartment. That was when I made my move. I grabbed my spare keys, drove to his building, and found his brand new luxury sedan parked in front, the same one he used to take my wife to hotels. I didn't slash the tires. I didn't scratch the paint. I wanted something unforgettable. I slipped behind the wheel, started the engine, and drove straight to the old abandoned quarry lake outside the city, a place nobody visited anymore. When I reached the edge, I put the car in neutral, got out, and gave it a final shove. I watched as the car rolled forward, plunged into the black water, and disappeared beneath the surface. It felt like poetic justice. The next morning, chaos erupted. Adil called Hira crying, panicking about his missing car. She looked stressed, pacing around, whispering in corners. I pretended not to notice. 2 days later, I executed phase 2. I called her parents, her siblings, and even her closest cousins, inviting them all for a special family dinner. I told them it was about a surprise for Hira. She had no idea what was coming. When everyone gathered, I stood up, connected my laptop to the TV, and played a slideshow. First, screenshots of her messages with Adil, then hotel booking confirmations, then photos of her sneaking into his apartment. The room went silent. Her mother gasped. Her father turned red with shame. Her younger brother yelled at her, demanding an explanation. Hira broke down sobbing, begging me to stop, but I wasn't done. I turned to the crowd and calmly said, "This woman thought she was clever. She thought she could humiliate me behind my back. She forgot one thing. I prepare my battles before I fight them." Then I pulled out the divorce papers and placed them in front of her. The fallout was nuclear. Hira tried to fight for custody of our son, claiming I was abusive and neglectful. But my lawyer unleashed everything: her chats, videos, proof of neglect, financial records showing she spent my money on hotel rooms and gifts for a deal. In court, her reputation was shredded to pieces. The judge granted me full custody. She was allowed supervised visitation only, but I wasn't finished yet. Adil thought he'd walk away free. He didn't. I'd filed a police report claiming he had trespassed onto my private property multiple times, something my home security cameras had recorded. On top of that, his insurance company refused to cover the loss of his car, as I had anonymously leaked evidence proving he'd parked it illegally near my property before it disappeared. Within weeks, Adil was broke, drowning in debt, and publicly humiliated when his fiancée left him after seeing the evidence I'd sent her. Hira's family stopped speaking to her. Her boutique closed down because no one in the neighborhood respected her anymore. Last I heard, she was living with an aunt in another city, still trying to rebuild her life, and me. I sold the SUV, bought a new house, and focused on raising my son, far away from the wreckage she created. Sometimes, late at night, I think about that car sinking into the lake, the dark water swallowing it whole. That wasn't just a car. That was every lie, every betrayal, every fake "I love you." And as the water closed over it, I felt lighter than I had in years.